Well, we're always hearing about the virtues of olive oil, but can it actually perform the miracles that people say that it can? Well, we've brought in Dr. Shoshana Kindred from Kindred Hair and Skin Center for this week's Derm Myth Monday. How are you?
Hey, doing well. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So, I recently heard a celebrity say that olive oil was actually the key to her staying young, looking young, getting rid of wrinkles, not Botox. Is that possible? Does it work?
So, while olive oil is a powerful antioxidant, it's also very moisturizing, which is why we feel it feels good when we put it on. And believe it or not, it even improves wound healing. So there are some benefits to using olive oil, but it's a far stretch to say that olive oil in and of itself prevented anyone's wrinkles.
And do you recommend putting it on skin?
No. And the reason
Why is that?
is
Why don't you recommend that?
olive oil actually degrades skin, right? So the skin's purpose is to protect us from the outside environment. And when you break down its function as a barrier, then it causes more irritation. So it's awful for patients with eczema or other causes of inflamed skin. We don't like it for newborns because their skin is still maturing and it worsens acne and it actually feeds the yeast that causes dandruff.
Wow. Okay, because that was the other thing I was going to ask you about hair. So what? We don't want to put this on our hair either?
We prefer not because it causes symptoms that we then need to give another treatment to relieve. So just use any other oil at this point outside of olive oil for the hair. And what's great, there's a lot of choices.
There are a lot of choices. So, in terms of our skin, though, back to that, because our viewers want to know, how do we get rid of the wrinkles or how do we get in front of them before they set in? Because we want to use things that are natural. We hear about, oh, olive oil, we've all got that in our kitchen, might as well try that. But that's not necessarily what we should be using. So, what should we do?
Absolutely, because now there's science behind a lot of our beauty products. Number one is actually sun protection. And what's unfair is we probably all have sunscreens that are sitting on our counters right now that really only protect us from the sunlight. But now medical criteria has upgraded. We want these moisturizers to protect you from sunlight, from indoor light, and especially from blue lights. So sunscreen is most important because that's protection.
Okay.
Next, the vitamin A cream. We consider that gold in a tube. It does work for acne, but it really keeps our skin youthful. So those are the two most important things, sunscreen and a vitamin A cream. Over the counter is going to be called retinol. If it's medical grade, it'll be a retinoid. And then finally, we use chemical peels and lasers to try to reverse the signs of aging. Whereas the sunscreen and the vitamin A uh, mostly helps to prevent and somewhat reverse the signs of aging.
There are so many misnomers out there, so many myths. That's why I'm glad that you have a book that breaks it down for us that we can almost use as like an index or an encyclopedia. When we hear these things online or from our friends or what have you, we can go to this book, look it up, and find out if it's a yay or a nay. Tell us more about the book and where we can find it.
Exactly. The book is called Dermamyth, Breaking the Cycle of Skincare Myths. You can find that on dermamyth.com and also Amazon.
Okay. And if we want to come in and see you in person for our hair and skin needs, how do we get in touch with you?
You can give us a call at 443 Hair Skin or check us out online at kindredhairandskin.com.
All right, Dr. Shoshana Kindred, thank you so much for being with us. Really appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.